How's it going, everybody? As I mentioned in one of our previous videos, our son Elliot, he has a dairy allergy, which we're hoping he outgrows. But until then, we are kind of ridding the house of regular dairy products and switching some stuff over to non-dairy options. So something I've been wanting to try is making my own coffee creamer. And now that our maple syrup harvesting season is over, I've got my sweetener for my creamer. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick little video on how to make a dairy-free coffee creamer. This recipe uses 3 basic ingredients, which are coconut milk, real maple syrup, and vanilla flavoring. Alright, so we're going to start by mixing our ingredients together. We're going to start with the coconut milk here. Okay, so I've opened our coconut milk. There's liquid at the bottom, but the top, as you can see, is very thick and creamy. So what I'm going to do is just kind of mix it around with my knife to try and liquefy it more before I add it to our mason jar. This is one thing I like about coconut milk though, as opposed to rice milk or almond milk. I haven't tried oat milk yet, and actually I just recently heard that there's been a big demand on it and a lot of places are sold out or something. Coconut milk is very thick and rich, which I like in a creamer, as opposed to some of the other options which can be rather runny. Alright, so I'm gonna try and get this into my mason jar without making too much of a mess here. Next we'll add 2 tablespoons of raw maple syrup. This is syrup that we harvested here on the Green Acre. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Next I'm going to take my little whisk here. I'm hoping this little thing's got enough power to mix this well, but it should. It does well with the coffee. Yeah, she's struggling a little bit. This stuff is thick. You could do this in a food processor or blender as well. I honestly just didn't want to make more dishes for myself, so I'm trying it this way. I think this will work. It'll just take a little bit longer. And now we'll throw this in the fridge overnight and have it with our morning coffee. So as part of trying to maintain as much biodiversity on our property as we can, I purchased another Bluebird house. I've got one of these out on the property already. In fact, something is building in it right now, but the entrance has been covered with nesting litter for a few days now. I'm not sure what's planning on nesting in there or how it's getting in and out of the birdhouse either, but I'm gonna install the second one on the other side of the property where I can see it from my office. For a Bluebird house like this, you want to keep it at least 5 feet off the ground, if not more. I'll probably put this guy, I'm probably going to put this one about 8 feet off the ground. I also like to place my birdhouses on a southern or eastern facing side of a tree, as opposed to putting it on the north side where it's not going to receive as much sunlight. Voila! Perfectly secure. There's a little latch right here. Slide that latch over so the door doesn't open. And then in the fall, when everything has moved out of the house and has migrated, you can come in here and pull out all the old bedding material to reduce the chance of parasites and other nasty things, bacteria and stuff developing in there. So it's good to clean your houses out annually. Along with putting the Bluebird house up, I'm going to fill our feeders for all of our native birds. One of my favorite birds is the oriole. I went most of my life without ever seeing one, and was very fortunate last year to have one stop by our feeder occasionally. And I'm hoping it comes back this year and maybe bring some friends. Orioles are big fans of sweets, so they like grape jelly and oranges. So I'm gonna put up an orange suet block, and I also have a feeder specifically designed for orioles from a company that's actually based out of North Prairie, Wisconsin. On top of this, I also have our regular feeder, which we get a lot of sparrows, finches, other small birds, and then everything that those messy eaters drop. We get a lot of mourning doves that'll sit down there to clean it up. So this feeder has a couple of posts here that you can stick an orange onto, just like that. And the orioles will perch right here and eat the insides of the orange. I haven't seen any orioles yet, but they should be arriving very soon. Again, this feeder, I will post a link to it in the description below. We've actually had a robin building a nest right up there in the crotch of this tree. I saw her for the last few days. Did not see her at all today though, so I'm hoping she didn't decide it wasn't a suitable spot to build a nest and abandon it. Because it'd be pretty cool to watch a couple of robins start a family here. I suppose while I'm over here, I better give you an update on the kids' playset. We're almost there. It's coming along really nicely. Still have one major item to do, and then the rest of the stuff is all little things. I also have a hummingbird feeder that I put out in early spring. The hummingbirds should be returning relatively soon. I use USDA organic raw cane sugar at a ratio of 1:4, so that's 1 part sugar to 4 parts water. I would advise against buying the store-bought sugar water. Oftentimes you'll see it at the store and it's dyed red. There's really no need to dye the sugar water for the hummingbirds. It doesn't do anything in attracting them. In fact, the dye that is in there, I remember reading a while back, can weaken the shells of the hummingbird eggs, which is no bueno. Last year I hung the feeder off of our hydrangea tree right off the corner of our house so that we could see the hummingbirds feeding from outside of our windows. So I put it back up here again this year. One thing I will note, it's a good idea to come through and empty and clean your hummingbird feeder at least once a week. You can use a bleach water solution to clean it out. It's really easy for bacteria to grow inside sugar water. When it's sitting out in the sun all day long, that bacteria can negatively affect the hummingbirds. So definitely clean out your feeders at least once a week. Go to bed until around midnight last night. I stayed up and edited the first part of this video. So I'm gonna go jump in the shower. We're gonna make a big cup of coffee. My buddy Dustin and I are gonna go do some spring turkey scouting again. Today is actually my birthday. It's my last year in the 20s. Let's get this creamer added. Because I threw it in the fridge, it's completely solidified, but when that hot coffee hits it, it will liquefy right up. Just do like 2 tablespoons maybe. I'm a big fan of creamer. Let's give this a quick taste. I love coconut. It's got a strong coconut flavor, but it's sweet. Well, coconut's sweet anyway, but extra sweet because of the maple syrup. Not sure I'm picking up on a ton of vanilla extract, but it's smooth. It's good. It's kind of like whipped cream. Like the stuff you'd spray out of the can. Kind of tastes like that. Alright, I'm at Dustin's place, 5 a.m. Looks like it's about 32 degrees Fahrenheit out. It's a pretty crisp morning. I saw a lot of frost on the ground as I was driving over here. Today is the first day of the youth hunt in Wisconsin. It runs today and tomorrow. This coming week, Wednesday, is when period A for turkey season starts. And that's the period that I will be joining in on the fun for. Back door's not shut all the way.
I'll be right back.
You gotta brush your teeth?
No, but those chairs are a must for sitting up off the ground. I don't know if you have something. We'd be soaked over.
I'm not a wimp.
It's frosty.
While we're waiting for Dustin to do whatever he's doing, let's give this coffee a try. Holy crap, this is really hot still. Thanks, but no thanks, Yeti. I want to drink it now. It's smoother, but it's not as sweet as I usually like it, so I'd probably add some more maple syrup. I got a sweet tooth. Overall though, pretty good for a dairy-free option.
Give me a break. I'm not an owl. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
That's not gonna get a down pick. Yeah, that'd have to be about 20 feet away. This one. I don't know where he is now, obviously, but it sounds like he's coming.
We've got eyes on a gobbler across the property from us. Dustin, is he on public or private? Like right in between? Right on the edge. Do you see two of them? We thought we heard two gobbles. We definitely, I can see it with my naked eye right now. Oh yeah, I bet you he's got hens with him. He's pretty active. He's still too far away. I brought my other lens. That allows me to zoom in a little bit further, but he's pretty far away still. It's not been a quiet morning, but there hasn't been much within range. Dustin just saw a second time. 2 times and at least one hen, he says.
I want to get closer.
We've got 3 times. Right on the line of private and public. At least one hen with them. It looks like the hen is coming onto public, so they're going
There's like 30 birds over this crest. I think if we get up to these trees, like quick though. Yeah, let's get a glance over there. How about we get on the edge of the woods and then kind of follow that? Yeah, sounds good. Looks like they all made it into the woods before we could get visual on them again, which is fine because we're not gonna spook them now. Oh, it got so cold right at the end there. It's like
29?
Ooh, I'm nauseous feeling from how cold my hands are.
You being a little wiener?
Yeah, I should have brought gloves. Call him. He's got a long beard. I sound terrible. Yeah, that seems to trigger them. Golly,
A little bit more.
that is a huge bird.
You know what? And even the hens follow. Okay, yep, we're going this way. I find that bizarre. Good morning. Lots of tom activity. 3 birds on public, which is pretty awesome for you to go after those on Wednesday.
Yeah, hopefully we can get those guys in front of us Wednesday.
So, good luck to you.
Thanks, man.
Keep me posted.
Will do.
Let me know if you roost any. That'd be cool to see if you
Yeah,
can roost them and
for sure.
get on them the next morning.
All right.
So, alright, we'll talk to you later.
Later.
Bye.